G'day, I'm John Mills from Twistart Engineering, Double Boost. No, wrong channel, sorry about that. Let's start again. Welcome to Bruce's shop. First video for 2019. Been very remiss over 2018 and I need to fix that up, so I'm hoping to get a good start this year in doing that. I've got quite a bit to show in this video. The main part of the video is about a fuel burner for a heater of some sort, a boiler, of how that came in. The motor was burnt out, they had problems, they couldn't get another motor the same, and so I've had to retrofit a new motor to that burner casing, and we'll go through that in fine detail. Within the aspect of that, we'll also talk about old school way of measuring something that hasn't gone away. We use digital and electronic and very nice tools to measure things, but sometimes we've just got to revert back to the old ways, and we'll go on with that. I've got some gifts that have come my way recently. I apologise if I've forgotten some over time. I've just been a crazy 2018. Gifts from friends, colleagues, and also Secret Santa that arrived, so we'll go through that first, and then we'll talk also about thread gauges and the standard type of thread gauges and one of my pet hates. So first of all, we'll go to the gifts. So Greg was here today. He bought me some carbide drills that he'd picked up at some stage or other recently, and also a set of 1/8 carbide burrs, the whole set here at the price for one single carbide burr that we can buy here in Australia. So that's good value, and we're going to follow up on that in a future date. The other thing, I'm not sure whether I showed it in the past, but I was gifted for my 70th birthday on the 17th of October 2018 with this beautiful Federal 10th, as the North Americans call it, a 10th gauge, 3.5 inch dial, and I passed that on to our friend Mark Kelsey and overseas, and he repaired it and brought it to life again. It was beautiful job done, and in the package he also sent me this gift, and he gave me a gift. He wrote, this was in November, so just recently. He said to me, "Look, I don't have any use for this, but I hope you can find some use for it." So it's a Fuji tool. Fuji are excellent tool makers from Japan, and it's a small bore gauge set. And this will get a fair bit. It's had already one use, and it'll get more in the future. So thank you very much, Mark. And as we've always said, if anybody needs gauges and tools repaired, they need to talk to Mark. He's an excellent operator. I got a mail. This came in July actually, and this was from Scott Tyndall, and he sent through a couple of his stickers. They'll be very nice. I'll be going up shortly. I also received a sticker, the new style sticker from Emma Ritson, and that's very nicely done. A lot of people now would have received that, and Emma, yes, I have the Hell Freezes Over stickers. They are not lost, they're not misplaced, they're just in a safe place I've just got to figure out where that safe place is. When I do, I'll be sending them on to you. Lastly, a package came from my Secret Santa in the US from Edward Anderson, and inside this package, that's Edward Anderson's boats, custom boat make, and inside that was this wrapping, and inside the wrapping, we'll show the wrapping in a second, was this beautiful Stagecoach whiskey. I can now, they even spelt it correctly, and I will be trying that out with a group of friends, and we'll show it. Now the wrapping itself is a shirt. Very nice. And also in the box was this nice vintage gauge. See that, and bring that up there. You can see this is the little indicator. Is it here? And so that moves it across like that, and that can be adjusted, connected to wherever you want to. Can even have a string on it or a wire on it, and that works within, I believe this is made by Ideal Tool Company, Rochester, New York. Now in the bottom of the box, this is the box, and it being double-sided means it can be very handy for something. In the bottom of the box it's written here, $4, September the 7th, 1945, new. That is incredible. So thank you very, very much. That's to Edward. That's a great Secret Santa that we got this year, and I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to this item. These are multi-leaf thread gauges. Quite a few of them come as a double, and that has metric on one side and imperial on the other side. Some of them have the Whitworth, which is 55 degrees. Some of them have the SAE, or the standard, as some people call it, or the UN. Now, I have more than 4 of these from different brands, and every single one of them, and these 4, we've got 4 of them here, 4 of them here. These are great indicators for giving you the first off check, but all of it, 4 of them, let me have a look, if you can get it closer there, you get it closer, or maybe not. All of them they go from 26 TPI to 28 TPI. Now, in the pipe thread industry, and we use both, the 1/8 BSP is 28 TPI, so that's not a problem. However, NPT, which is quite popular in quite a lot of things, is 27 TPI. And all 4 of those bastards don't have a 27 TPI indicator in them. So, and it's the subtle difference between the 27 and the 28 is a pain in the butt, and that causes a lot of problems for a lot of people. The only ones that I've found that do have the 27 is this one, which is a Fuji tool. We touched on that before. The Japanese, very, very good product. and that has from the 26, 27, 28 TPI. And that's only Imperial, this one. They only make them single for Imperial, and they make a separate one for metric. And this other one, which is branded SAE, I've had this for donkey's years, and this one also has 26, 27 and 28 TPI. That's my bitch for the day. I did some drilling in some hard material during the week, and I produced a few of these things. I'll come back to that at another time, and make a video on sharpening drills and drilling. Quite a few of my colleagues have shown that with the hand drilling, but I will come back and I'll do some as well. The whiskey out of the way. Okay, so what we'll do now, we're running up in time, is we'll swing over here and we'll have a look at okay, so what we've got here is a burner. So the motor fan goes in here, and on the other side is mounted a pump. So this is the old fan that was fitted to the original. That's that inside there, and the motor had an adapter plate that fitted on there, and the connection between the fan on this side and the pump that goes on the far side was via this coupling. And this coupling is a rubber soft coupling. On one side just a single bore with a single plate, and that fitted straight onto the pump. On the other side is this feature here, and this is of course a monkey metal pressing, a monkey metal body casting, that connected to this boss that has 4 grooves in it. So that would fit in like that, and that could be offered into in there, and then bring the pump on the other side and connect it up. Now, they were the company was unable to find a motor, to suit, so they bought a different motor to me, and for that I had to make a new coupling, a new plate to go in here, and also I had to strip the motor apart, machine down the shaft to take the fan, and also to take a connector. So here's the motor and the fan, and an adapter shaft that goes onto the shaft to take the extension onwards. So I machined this out, machined that out, machined off the shaft and everything, and I'm going to introduce that in and show you how it all works. But what we need to do is, I might bring that up here. Bring that motor over here so you can pan in. Okay, so lay that over, see if we can pan in there, come down a bit lower, out a bit. Now, I couldn't use the existing coupling, so I had to make a new coupling arrangement. So what I opted to do was to use one of these Rowland couplings. So I bored both sides out to suit the connections. I I made a stub shaft, which on the one side will connect to the fan, and on the other side will connect, so the one side will connect to the coupling, and the other side will go onto the pump housing, onto the pump shaft. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you the problem I have. That's deep inside here. Now when I came to bore this, to bore the hole, I wanted to get an accurate measurement, and of course using the normal tools I was unable to measure that shaft, to re-measure that shaft again, including using a micrometer. You couldn't get the micrometer in. So what I opted to do was to go back to basics, to the old school, these tools, and I measured that shaft, as you do, and then using the spring gauge, I think I need the bigger spring gauge, using the spring gauge, I then checked, I got that measurement, that wasn't supposed to happen. There you go. You see that all right? I'll come in a bit closer. So, as you do in the past, so we got that, picked that up. I then measured that with the micrometer. I'm set on the other one. So I measured that up with the micrometer. To use that to see what that measurement was. I then machined the shaft to the size I needed, and to the bush here, and that then fits on nicely, will fit on nicely into there, into the, sorry, I'll come back on that. Excuse me, I'm getting a bit carried away. So I measured the bore of the coupling and got that coupling right, and it was, I've had a couple of photos into this, I think. So we're ready now to install what I've built. I'm going to offer that up into here. That fitted in there nicely. You can then tighten those up. There's a longer one. Somewhere. Okay, we'll go around there. Okay, that's tight. Go again here. Okay, so now we've got the extension. We'll swing back around again. I'll install that. Hopefully I won't trip over the leg of the unit. Now where's our bolt? Bolts are down there. Yep. And now We'll install this. This is the new plate that I made. I don't know what the orientation is going to be with this motor, but it really doesn't matter. What that the technicians will be able to do. As you see, that fitted in there nicely. Can be adjusted around. Put the third one on. So then here we have a spatter. Can't find it for the moment. There we go, for the sake of the exercise we'll put that up straight. So, okay, that'll be good. We'll tighten this other one up afterwards. So then, so what we've got the shaft in here. See if we can get it up here a bit. Okay, so we've got the shaft in here. All we need to do now is turn that shaft till around till the grub screws are facing upwards. The flat of the pump will be facing upwards. And we'll be able to marry those two up. There we go, all connected, all ready to go. There's two grub screws here. Lock that in place. I'll get a longer unit later. So there we have it. We've made that complete now, so that's ready for delivery for tomorrow. I could just wish everybody a great 2019, and thank you for watching.